Hi, I'm Amber from Influencer Updates on Instagram, and tonight I'm going to be talking about 3 of the biggest Australian influencer stories for the week, including Steph Claire Smith, Montana Older, and Carly Sophia. So yeah, 2 of them I hadn't heard of before this week, so that's why I had to just read their names. But yes, they're very interesting characters in the influencer realm, so I'm going to tell you about them tonight. So the first story I'm going to start with is Steph Claire Smith. So this week she told us a story about her cleaner. She was quite embarrassed. She got on her story. Mind you, she has 1.5 million followers. She got on her story and she was filming in her bathroom, and she showed that her cleaner had just been and that Steph had accidentally left one of her sex toys out on display in the shower. So she's got one of those showers that has like a bit of a recess, and like the sex toy was sitting on the recess, and she said that the cleaner had just like cleaned the shower and bathroom and just cleaned around it and just left it where it was. So yeah, that was very funny that the cleaner had just pretended not to see it, I suppose. But what was even funnier is that she added that her friend Laura Henshaw, she had a cleaner one time and left her sex toy out in the bathroom, and the cleaner had like lined everything up on the bathroom counter, like, you know, the shampoos and whatever else, and she lined the sex toy up with the other items, and apparently Laura was mortified. But I just found that very interesting to like talk about this on stories to 1.5 million people. And yeah, I mean, it's probably good that sex toys are a normal thing these days and people feel comfortable to talk about that. But yeah, I just feel that that was interesting that she mentioned that. And normally she would say that sort of stuff for her podcast as well, because it's quite clickbaity. Like I even used it as clickbait to get people to watch the live tonight. But yes, I thought that was quite funny. The second story is, what's her name? I said it before. As I said, I've forgotten her name. Montana Older. So I found a video of hers on TikTok. Well, actually, it was sent to me. And she is a Torquay mum, which you'll find interesting. Oh, Kayla Torquay is joining us now.
Hello.
So Kayla lives in Torquay, and this influencer, Montana Older, she's from Torquay, and she has done a TikTok video talking about how public libraries in Victoria now are asking children for their preferred gender pronouns. So Montana was not happy about it. She was saying, you know, let kids be kids. You're going to confuse them. I'll see what else she's written.
Oh.
What are you going to say?
One of the comments about the Grant Tanya video to Mish from Shameless.
Oh, you're reading the comments?
Yeah. Sorry, you keep going.
Yeah, so Montana was saying that public libraries are putting ideas in children's head. They're confusing them, that they could be something else when they're not. And she was saying girls are girls and boys are boys. And the comments on her thing were very supportive of her opinion. And that actually surprised me. Like everyone was saying, you know, this is disgusting that they're confusing children and asking children as young as 5, apparently it is, what are their preferred gender pronouns. But I went against the grain on my subscription and I said, I actually don't see a problem with it. Like I have 2 children that are under 5. So they're 2 and 4. And if I was given a form and asked for their preferred pronouns, I would just write she/her. Like I don't have a problem with writing that. And if people want to write something else like they, them, or he, him, they can do that as well. Like I think it's nice to like allow people to do that rather than it be assumed. I don't see any difference basically to asking an adult what their pronoun is, where it's like not pronoun. What's it called when you put like Mr. and Mrs. at the start? Like title, I suppose. I don't see how it's different to asking for a title like Mr. or Mrs. Except obviously they're kids, and I can see that people are saying they'd be confused by that. But I think that's up to parents to educate that some people, they might be born as one gender and identify as a different gender. But yeah, she's really, I noticed the Daily Mail picked up the story as well after I put it on my subscriber thing. So yeah, I think that story has kind of blown up this week. And then there was also an influencer, George Fox. So it's George Fox on TikTok. She did a story saying that she disagrees with what Montana is saying and that, you know, it's really good for raising, not necessarily raising awareness. I think she said that as well, but it's good for inclusivity. So like people who feel, you know, a bit self-conscious of identifying some way that might not be typical, it's really opening that up for them to feel comfortable. And also, really funny, George actually made a donation on Montana's behalf to a I think it was a rainbow sort of charity, like that supports the LGBTQTI community. And she made the donation in the name of Montana Older for $51.75 just to I guess, counteract the damage that she believes Montana was spreading by creating that video. I thought that was very funny.
That's very funny.
So the third story is Carly Sophia. So she has about 30,000 followers on Instagram, and she was saying that she recently received an email from a large wellness company, which I assume is JS Health from the comments and what she said. JS Health is one of the biggest companies in Australia. Like, the owners of that are on the AFR rich list year after year. They're super, super, super rich. And she received an email from their marketing team saying that they're reaching out, they want to collaborate. If she's interested, she can apply for a partnership. Here is the brief, and it was a link. And there is what she would be compensated by is 2 flavors of protein bars. So she would not be receiving money for this collaboration, in which you have to apply and read a brief and then, create content for that brief. She would not be paid for that. She would be paid with 2 flavors of protein bars. So she wrote back to them.
2 boxes?
It just says 2 flavors.
Okay.
So maybe 2 protein bars, maybe 2 boxes of protein bars.
2 singular bars.
I'm unsure. It's unclear at this point. So she wrote back to them and said, this is not an opportunity. This is audacious and insulting. And she wrote that the fact that it comes from somebody who is consistently on the AFR rich list year after year is reprehensible. She also said that unfortunately her landlord does not accept payment in protein bars, and that she generated $30,000 in sales for the last brand that she partnered with. And she says also here about she's interested in equality and if the owner, Jess Sapel, is as interested in equality and bridging the gender gap as she says she is, she needs to put some money where her mouth is and start paying female creators for her work. This story also blew up. Everybody was in support of Carly. Everybody was saying, good on you for writing back to them that. And yeah, that it's true. Like, female creators often do get the reputation of not working, and that they shouldn't be paid much as being influencers. Although Shani Grimmond mentioned this week, actually, that she herself, as an influencer, is shocked how much influencers get paid for their work. And I thought it was really interesting to hear an influencer say that. Because, we see figures every now and then, and Kayla has paid influencers in the past. And yeah, it does seem that
I'm shocked how much some get paid.
It does seem they get paid a lot, doesn't it?
I'm shocked how little other people accept. Like, content creators that, might make a video for like $100. For them to make that video is so much of their time and work that it shocks me that they would do it for $100. Like, it's more probably people getting started and wanting to build up their portfolio.
And I'd say they're doing it to prove themselves, because then they can say to other brands, this is the content I created for Tribe Skincare, for example.
Definitely. Yep.
But Kayla now owns Canvas and Cork in Torquay, which is a paint and sip studio. Do you want to give a quick summary of how your opening week's gone?
Oh, it's been so good. Opening weekends was booked out. This weekend is booked out. Next weekend is nearly booked out. So yeah, it's good. Opening a paint and sip in a very small town. Torquay's not that small, but it has a very small population to have its own dedicated paint and sip studio. But I think the last few weeks have proven that everyone loves it and wanted one.
Love that. It's been so fun for Kayla as well. She loves it.
I love it.
So we are going to go through the questions now and see what people have been asking. I think Kayla already cheated a little bit.
Oh my God.
Everybody's asking about Lucy Jackson. That's the comments flooding through. So I've just posted in subscribers recently.
I'm a stalker right now.
It seems like Lucy Jackson is advertising for a new roommate, but her boyfriend Sam has only just moved in with her this week as they've got back from Europe. And they said, we think we'll go really well living together because we did really well holidaying together in Europe. And yeah, now today she's advertising for a new roommate, and he, if you click on his profile, it's no longer an Instagram profile. He's just user number. So it does seem a bit suspicious, unless she's wanting to get another roommate to live with them as a couple. But yeah, it's all very suspicious timing. So watch this space on that one. I'll keep all your subscribers updated.
She's a very hot revenge girly in her story too.
She is. Putting her lipstick on with her big lips. The light is flickering a bit. I know, sorry. I don't have my usual setup at my mum's house. She does live 4.5 hours away from Geelong. So yeah, I'm having to make do with this light. But I just turned it off before It's still flickering. I think it must... The ceiling lights don't appear to be flickering to me.
Off and see? Oops.
I think that then will be too dark.
Let's see.
It's still flickering.
That's
That stopped.
Is that too dark? Or is it
I think that's all right. All right. Sorry, we've fixed the lighting now. So what does your sister think about... I think it was better before because now... Yeah, that's better. Okay. Like that. What does your sister think about St Saj skincare coming, which is owned by Emmylou McCarthy?
Oh, I have
You need to get
not...
in camera more.
I've not even seen it, so I actually don't have any thoughts on it.
You watch my live every week.
I haven't looked that up.
It hasn't released yet. It's an upcoming brand.
Yeah.
So I've actually mentioned you a lot when I talk about St Saj because when she released it, well, not released it, when she started up the company, it was called St Saj, like Saje, and then she was issued with a trademark infringement and had to change it to St Saj, just Saj. Right. And I was saying that when you started Tribe Skincare, it actually used to be called Lifesaver Skincare.
I do remember this now. I was watching that live, yeah.
And you were issued with a trademark infringement by... What's that brand called?
Ella Baché.
Ella Baché. So, yeah, it's not an unusual thing to happen. It's a silly thing if you're used to being in business and you would check a trademark. Like, that would never happen to Kayla now.
Yeah, I'm surprised it happened to Emmylou because she's had brands before.
And also you would think she'd have some sort of team behind her. But, yeah, I think it's exciting that she's releasing a skincare brand. I think it's random. Like, I've never seen her even talk about skincare before. She's more like a cooking sort of person. And
maybe that's a good thing because it's not like she's promoted 100 different skincare brands.
True.
Or like sort of affiliated with any.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see though what that one's like.
The light is annoying. We fixed the lighting.
Yeah, I think that was an old comment, but yeah, the lighting's good now, I reckon.
Oh my god, this next comment. I'm so excited.
Are we going to talk about the shameless goths and that creepy birthday message from Grant Denver?
I think it's meant to say the shameless girls and the creepy birthday message from Grant Denver.
What happened?
So for the producer's birthday, they always get like celebrity shout outs, and they contacted Grant Denver's management and said she had a crush on Grant Denver and that he was in her pass basket. So he sent her this message saying like, "Hello Annabelle, I'm in love with you." Like just being like playing along with it. Grant Denver can do no wrong. He's so sweet and innocent. Like I actually found the message so funny, but he just kept going and going. It was really long, and then his wife interrupted the video and he pretended like he got busted recording this message for Annabelle. I really liked it. I thought it was very funny, and yeah, if it was like a different male I might find it creepy, but Granton is just like
wholesome.
Yeah, he can do no wrong. We must protect him at all costs. He's that kind of man.
I'm gonna have to look at it on the internet after this, maybe on TikTok or something.
It's very funny, but I can see how it was creepy because he was trying to be like he was intentionally.
Oh,
creepy.
someone else here is asking about it too.
Did they think
Hi,
it was funny?
Kayla. Yeah, they're saying it was funny.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, people are asking if Montana Oliver, I think her name was, if she is homophobic. She hasn't mentioned whether she is or isn't, but I don't know if being against pronouns makes you homophobic, but people in my comment section on my subscribers have definitely been saying that it's transphobic, but not necessarily homophobic. I'm not sure. I'd have to look into that one, actually.
I want to look her up if she's from Torquay.
Yeah.
Probably see her at the supermarket or something.
Probably. Is she going to be your mate?
just saying, might see her. I always do click and collect. I'm never in the supermarket, so I'm not going to see her there, but...
Would love to know how you feel about influencers endorsing the races. Example, Mia Fevola, Olivia Molly Rogers, and I know Judd, she is the face of some sort of Melbourne Cup or Oaks Day or something. Nice. How do I feel about it? Well, honestly, the amount of money they'd get paid and then they get to go to like glamorous events and stuff, I can't imagine any of us would say no. I mean, obviously there's a few advocates for like, animals and things that would say no, but I imagine they're getting paid a lot of money and it's really good for their branding. Like they get to collaborate with fashion people. And I know this isn't the answer that people want to hear. They want to hear me say, oh, it's really bad, like horse racing's bad. But I get from a monetary perspective and from a career perspective, it's a very, very big opportunity for them. And just because horse racing is very cruel doesn't take away the fact that that is a really good opportunity for them. I've noticed Judd is also collaborating with Crown at the moment, and that is gambling, which is also considered very bad by many people. So it's kind of a double whammy there that she's collaborating with both those brands.
It also depends what their personal values are, though. Like, it'd be really weird if they were vegan because they were against, like, the killing of animals for eating, but then they were going to the horse races. You'd be like, well, that's really not on brand for them.
Hypocritical.
Yeah, but if it's not a cause that they are particularly passionate about or interested in, I think that, it doesn't matter as much if it's not so much about their personal brand.
And I think that
not
those
saying it's
three...
right or wrong with racing, but...
And I think that those three are very good advocates for racing. I feel their target audience would really get on board with that, like with the fashion and attending the races. So I think they are good brand matches. So probably it's a win-win for them. Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of people saying about Lucy and Sam. I really hope they haven't broken up because everyone was so happy for Lucy.
She hasn't deleted the photos of him, so that's a good sign.
Oh, I've noticed tonight someone was writing in a Facebook group that the Ballarat Abbey Chatfield tour has been cancelled. I don't know if it was meant to be on tonight, but the person was saying they just got a text saying that it's now cancelled. Like, no explanation.
Cancelled too.
It's really sad, isn't it, that like this regional tour has just gone so poorly. I can see why people stick to the capital cities.
Sad for us because we love going to GPAC.
I know. I was going to go to the Geelong one, but we're going to be away. So yeah,
we're on the Disney cruise. Is anyone going on the Disney cruise?
We are.
We are. We are on the 2-night one leaving from Melbourne. And it's going to be the best 2 nights of our life. I'm personally not going to sleep for 2 nights because I think sleeping's a waste of time when I'm on a Disney cruise. I want to like have more time to do stuff.
I have 2 children. I cannot function on no sleep because they are full on. Someone here is saying about Montana that she said it's the same as asking adults, but the library isn't asking adults for their pronouns. They're only asking kids when they only know boy/girl. The thing is, if the kids only know boy/girl, well, the pronoun is he/she or her/him, they can write that. Like, if they get asked their pronoun, they don't have to think, oh, what are the 60 different pronouns that I might be able to write here? Like, I imagine it's a blank space, or maybe it just says she, they, he. Like, I can't imagine it's going to be much more elaborate than that. It's not like the purpose of the form. It's just like a tiny little part of the form.
And what's considered a kid? Because
well, it says
if it's like up to 12 year old, okay, a 5 and over.
Yeah,
okay. Because like a 12-year-old might identify with different pronouns and still be filling out a kid form.
Maybe up to 18, but also a 5-year-old wouldn't be filling out the form themselves.
No, definitely
My
not.
daughter's 4 and she's not even able to write.
Yeah.
So that nobody influencers just shown her... Oh, so that nobody influencer has just shown her true colours. I think that's what they were meant to write. What if her child decided to change their pronoun as a teen/adult? Would she reject her child? Probably. These people are so backwards. I doubt that she would reject her child, but I imagine her beliefs and education would definitely change around the subject. I would hope so anyway. Mm. Montana did not actually clearly articulate that she was talking about, what she was talking about. So let's just call her for what she is, an uneducated being. Yeah, it seems that she's certainly getting her education from some sort of alternative source, I would say. Or not at all. Olivia Molly Rogers' collection is so chic. I love it. Very on brand for those ladies with the cup upcoming. Not everyone will support, but there is still big dollars in that scene. I totally agree. So Olivia Molly Rogers has released a capsule fashion collection with a brand. I can't remember what the brand's called, but it does have a lot of Instagram followers. And have you seen the dresses? Mm-hmm. They are so on brand for her and so stunning. They look expensive. I haven't checked the prices, but they look so beautiful. And yeah, I think
I'll check the prices.
I think that is really good timing with all of the the spring racing coming up.
True. And she's a perfect ambassador for a brand like that.
Someone's saying here they're loving your input, so that's really cool.
Thanks. I love when I get to do the lives. They're so fun. But it's pretty rare that we're together on Friday night.
It is, now that we've both got kids. Mm-hmm. Who is younger, Kayla or you? So Kayla is younger by 14 months. We're like indie Clinton's girls, Bambi and Soul. That's us, 14 months apart. But we don't have an older brother.
Oh my God, the dresses are crazy nice.
They're so beautiful. They're so detailed.
What the heck?
Most of the influencers, celebrities who attend the races would hardly even see a horse race, except for maybe a screen in the marquee. It's all about the fashion and socialising and marketing. I totally agree with that. I have been to the races a few times in my life and rarely seen a horse. Like, it's, very much about the socialising.
Okay, the dresses are expensive, but not crazy. So you can get a 10% sign-up code. So let's take 10% off the price. This one's $405. So I mean, it's cheaper than brands like Alamis and stuff, or Alame.
But it's more than like Forever New and Chic, which I would consider expensive.
But I mean, even a chic dress is $250 these days, and that's like going to be less than $400 with the code, and it's so detailed and nice.
You're going to get it, aren't you?
No.
Kayla's a sucker for fashion.
I don't have...
You wouldn't know.
Anywhere. Love my fashion.
She's in her Peter Alexander's, of course. Peter. Are they Peter Alexander?
Yeah.
It had to be. Oh, someone's saying about the lighting that it might be a ceiling fan, but no, there's no fan in here.
No.
Maybe it's a ghost.
No,
if
it's
you believe
just
in
the
that.
iPhone. It just does that with some lights.
Did anyone laugh at Ashley Bynes in Italy saying the pizza and gelato are better in Australia? I didn't see that, but that is laughable. Ashley Bynes. I suppose.
We say that.
Do we?
Remember when we went to Italy and we're like, the food is so like basic and plain?
Actually,
because your pizza's just like your bread with the sauce.
I was going to say though that like, you get in your own culture, you get used to a certain taste. It's like, I can see why she would think that, but obviously we all know that like the ingredients and everything in pizza and gelato in Italy are like better quality and everything. But...
and it has to be better when it's the authentic real thing and how it's meant to be made. But we joked about that.
Oh, someone's saying we don't even look alike. That is the only time in our life anybody has ever said that. Everybody always gets us confused. Sometimes we even get ourselves confused in photos. I was speaking today.
We even have our hair the same. We've got our little low bun thing going on tonight.
I was outside today. I don't know if you knew this. I was outside and I was calling out. Actually, I was just sort of speaking to myself, but loudly. Maybe I was speaking to the kids. And your husband was like, oh, sorry, I didn't hear you. And I was like, oh, no, I wasn't talking to you, Alex. He's like, oh, I thought you were Kayla. Like, our voices are so similar that he even got confused.
We do sound similar and look similar.
What was Ella Baché's issue with your Lifesaver skincare?
Oh, so
branding?
They had trademarked the word Lifesaver with the use of skincare because they were going to bring out an SPF range called Lifesaver. So it was going to be Ella Baché brand and just that Lifesaver range. But they never actually released it. So I don't know why they bothered with like getting a lawyer and a trademark infringement and everything. Something must have happened in the process. They didn't end up launching it.
But Kayla had to sell out all her Lifesaver branded skincare within 2 weeks.
I had 48 hours to stop trading. So I had like a big sale and be like, in the next 48 hours, everyone needs to buy the Lifesaver skincare branding just to like clear it out. And then it took me like a couple of months to get Tribe skincare branding and restock and everything.
That's so stressful.
I nearly gave up.
Oh, someone did their diploma through Ella Baché in 2011.
Oh, cool.
That would have been really fun. I remember like those beauty schools used to be so popular. And there's that other one in Melbourne that everyone went to.
Yes.
Maybe they're still really popular.
Yeah, that one's still really popular. I can't think what it's called. But everyone goes there.
Oh, someone's saying all the photos are deleted of Lucy and Sam.
What? I looked before. And...
She's blocked me, so I can't see, which is really annoying. She's one of my favourite influencers.
Oh my God, I just love her.
I love her. And Martha, like, love her too. But luckily she's got the Morning Roast account now, so I can follow her on there. And also Michael and Mary haven't blocked me. And I also can follow Martha on TikTok, so there's ways around it.
Lucy Jackson to me is like an actual comedian. Like she's
so
funny. And Nikki, like their podcast is just my absolute favourite thing. I just think they're so funny and fun.
Someone's asking here for updates on Skye Wheatley's fox eye surgery. So, I mean, I don't know any more than what she showed on her stories recently where people were asking for a photo update and she's like, I can't show you because it's too scary. But another influencer, Bailey Scarlett, she lives in Bali and she got the same surgery at the exact same doctor in the same location about a year ago. And she has shown like the day after she got the surgery and she's got bandages on her whole face and her eyes are like this and so swollen. Like Skye said, she actually couldn't see for 3 days after the surgery. And she's really glad she went with somebody who also got surgery because otherwise she would have been alone in a hotel room, unable to see for 3 days, which would have been really scary. But it's so crazy to think that she's got a half facelift at 30. Like, this is crazy to me. Okay,
There's some photos of...
Oh, sorry, I just flicked off it. Lucy and Sam do still have photos.
But maybe less. Like, I can just find them, like, in albums.
Maybe she's deleted
I so hope they didn't break up. They're cute.
I don't know. I think they're really cute and everything, but I feel like she doesn't seem that into him a lot of the time.
I agree.
Like, the way she speaks about him, she's sort of got a bit of a issue with a few random little things.
She had a list of icks for him.
Yeah, on one of her podcasts.
If you have a list of icks for someone you just started dating, you're potentially not that into them.
And she did put in the disclaimer, like, you know, obviously I love him and he's great and
she was
everything.
just being funny, I think.
But yeah, it was a bit like, I just don't know if she's that into him.
Yeah. Still sad because I love her.
Oh, there's lots of people here still talking about the pronouns. Any updates on Ruby Tuesday Matthews, if she's still with her partner? Still don't know for sure. She's still very much acting like that she is not with him anymore, but yeah, nothing confirmed yet. Indy Clinton and no life jackets, thoughts. I did notice this. I screenshot it and I went to post it and I thought, oh, am I just parent shaming here? So Indy and her husband, Ben, they are away at the moment in Fiji and they let their son Navy go on a boat trip with the Fijians and they just like took him out on his own and he had no life jacket on and she filmed him like coming back into shore and I don't know, maybe I'm just overprotective because I've got little kids as well and we're used to that in Australia, like the water safety. Like I couldn't believe he's only 4 and he didn't even have a life jacket on. Really freaked me out, but you know, he survived, so
to be
as
fair,
I said, I didn't want to parent shame them.
There was probably life jackets on the boat. I know it's not the
I
same
don't think so.
as he wearing them.
It wasn't that sort of vibe. It was Fiji and it was very like chilled. It was just like a little tinny boat sort of thing.
I don't know what the rules are in Fiji. In Australia, every single boat has to have life jackets on it.
Yeah.
And they have to tell you where they are.
I don't think they'd be telling a 4-year-old where they are. Who is your favourite influencer and why?
You have a favourite?
No, yours.
Oh, mine? Lucy Jackson.
Oh, yeah, we should say.
Yeah, I don't really follow many influencers. I pretty much just know about them from watching the lives every week and all of Amber's content. But yeah, Lucy Jackson, I just love her. I just find her so fun and funny.
And who's my favourite?
Your favourite's Georgie Stevenson.
Yeah.
Stevenson.
I always listen to her, like her podcasts and things, and I message Kayla, I'm like, Georgie says blah, 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 blah.
And sends
on a
me
first name basis.
the good ones that I have to listen to. Not that every episode's not good, but they're a bit repetitive to me.
Yeah, they are.
But her 30 lessons from turning 30 or whatever it was so good. Like every life lesson she said, we were like, oh, it's so good and so true.
I remember you said you listened to it twice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I couldn't take it all in because like she had to say 30 things. They were all like one sentence each. And I'm like, tell me again. It's so good.
Carla from Bankstown, influencer, has commented here, Reality T Ronnie back on the block. He's a bully, homophobic and misogynistic gronk. All right. I don't remember. I think he's an ex-contestant. And
From what?
From the block.
Oh.
And he's back on the block. So, yeah, I mean, these reality shows, they always cast the villains and, you know, they are the ones that get all of the views and all of the attention. So I can see why they might have brought him back. So, unfortunately, that's just part of it, isn't it? That's them just trying to get views.
Yep.
Can you talk about Talia
Ali
Keynes's
Lucas.
Barley House? Oh, Ali Lucas was the beauty school, yeah.
That's right.
Can you talk about Talia Keynes's Barley House? Do you know anything interesting about it? I mean, it looks absolutely grand and amazing, but I believe her boyfriend Jake Sojourn, I think his name is, he develops properties in Bali, and so I think that is one of his developments. And she was talking about living in it, but then she was also talking about they plan to move back to a house she bought in Newcastle and they want to like do that up, and she wants to have children soon. Like, she sounds like she's got a lot that she wants to do. This was in her announcement video when she announced that she's closing down her swimwear brand. So yeah, that's about all I know, really. Yeah, I think that's about all I know.
That was a lot that you know.
Guess so.
I knew nothing.
Are you following the IVF journey of Michelle from Shameless? Are you?
I listened to her class podcast and sent it to you and said I recommended it.
I liked the first episode. I found it really interesting. Second and third episode, I was really bored, but I get bored very easily. I have a very short attention span, and also I'm very, very lucky in that I haven't experienced any of that stuff, so I wasn't like relating to it.
And you hate metaphors. Whereas I really liked it because I just think she's such a beautiful writer. That I just loved it. Like as a form of art, I guess. Whereas you were just like, why is she talking about glass? Like, Amber hates metaphors. Anytime someone talks in metaphors, she's like, what?
I just hate when people give too much detail. I'm like, come on, summarize for me. Like,
point.
Hence me running this account. Like, I just want the summary. That's why I have a very short attention span.
You're an updates girl.
I'm an influence updates girl. Yeah. And I also found like the podcast she did, it had no ending, which is the point.
Yes.
Like she's saying, you know, not everyone gets the happy ending, but I was like, well, where's the happy ending? So yeah, I can see that it is a very good quality podcast sort of thing, like good quality writing and everything, but not.
And I loved, it did have an ending. I love the ending.
What was the ending?
Where she talked about, like, she was talking to her future child.
I don't really remember it.
Oh, she was saying, like, I can't wait to meet you, and like, this is everything we've been through to get you.
Yeah, that is nice, actually.
It was beautiful. I loved it.
Aww. Someone's saying here that Lucy does really like Sam. She's just not letting her guard down. She's protecting herself.
That's so true.
That is so true. I hadn't thought of that.
She's a bit,
doesn't want to go all in and be heartbroken.
Yeah. Bit scared of getting hurt, I guess. Oh, that's sad.
What was the name of the influencer that also got the fox eye at the same place that Skye did? Her name is Bailey Scarlett. If you look up Bailey in the people I'm following, Bailey, you will find her. And she's got a highlight. As I said, it was from a year ago. I mean, she looks great. She looks a lot like Skye Wheatley, but brunette. Like, they both look very glamorous and skinny and boobs and done up. So many influencers are closing down their brands. I wonder who will be next. Yeah, I agree. They really are. I mean, Lily Brown has mentioned multiple times she wants to close her brand because it's so much hard work, but I don't think she will. I think she seems to be doing quite well with it lately. And also Ruby Tuesday Matthews, she showed her Roby orders yesterday and she had a lot of orders in a day. So I was really, really happy for her with that. Someone's saying that I need to get with the program. I think that's about the IVF. Saying Kayla, your sister needs to get with the program. All right, I think we're all caught up and it's been half an hour, so I think that's more than enough time.
Go up tiny bit. What was something?
I try to keep it under half an hour. Did you buy anything from the Stacks and Kick collab? No, I didn't. Stacks isn't my favourite activewear. I just don't like that I can't try it on. It's really annoying.
Or the Kick and Frank Green. We really wanted to buy it.
We really loved that
but
collab.
we didn't like it. No, we didn't love it. We loved that they collabed and we wanted to buy it, but then we didn't like the designs and like
the quotes.
Yeah. I didn't want a drink bottle that said like I am confident or I am strong and stuff.
And then I am capable. But yeah, we loved the concept. And then when they came out, we're like, oh, it's just not quite right for us. But
love the colours too.
Yeah.
But yeah, we just didn't love the quotes.
They also didn't sell out. None of them have sold out to this date. So I wonder if that was that they over projected or maybe they wanted them to not sell out. Not sure.
Not with a limited collab like that. You want it to sell out.
Maybe they'll be in the mystery boxes next year.
Oh, maybe we want them then.
Yeah, I think so.
We're getting them half price.
Well, thanks everyone for tuning in. We better get going and we will see you all next week. If I didn't answer your question, please send me a DM because I love talking about influencers. And if you want to subscribe, feel free to. It is $4.49 per month and it is well worth it. It's like 14 cents a day and I provide on average 10 updates per day over the year so far. So
that's so many.
Yep. And you'll also get access immediately to all the backlog and there's heaps of juicy good stuff in there. All right, well, I'll talk to you all soon. Thank you. And thanks, Kayla.
Okay.
Bye.